Okay guys, so it's October 1st, my first shopping haul for October with our October Pantry Challenge. I was blessed because I didn't really need a lot of meat or anything. I got some lunch meat, but outside of that, I didn't have to get that, and so I want to show you what I got and we'll see about my budget. So, the first thing that I got was I got a pack of 35 water bottles. These are handy for lunches and stuff. I got a gluten-free pie crust. I've been gone all morning. I had a Bible study and went and visited with my parents since I hadn't had lunch. So I like these little juices, and it was 30% off, so I thought, why not? I got some hot guacamole. We've had the mild, and that was on special for $1.29. I got some more kefir, some parm, some cottage cheese. These blueberries were on special. I got some lettuce for our taco night, some broccoli florets and peppers and mushrooms for stir fry tonight. Some juice boxes for Daniel. He likes those on the way to school. I did get some shredded cheese for taco night with the lettuce, some pepperonis for sandwiches. We got some chips. I did get some baked goods. Some of these were on special today. I ended up getting 4 cans of chili type beans. These were on special today. They're normally $1.16 a can for the organic, and they were 35 cents off of each can. So I thought that was a win with my little app. And I bought some cinnamon sticks because I need cinnamon sticks if I'm going when I make my elderberry syrup. And I got some corn tortillas. I figure we could use some of these on taco night, but I'm interested in trying these with a breakfast burrito with my eggs, and I'm hoping with some of the extra peppers that I could put that and make some kind of breakfast burrito. I thought it would be good. Yes, I splurged. This is my one sickness. I try to get maybe a couple bags each year. But I love them, so I did get those. And so my budget, of course, was $100, and I fully intended on going in with cash. But while we were at my church, while I was at my church ladies' Bible study, we actually had some displaced folks that came and they were in need, and I happened to have some cash in my purse, and there was really no one in the office at the church to help them, and so I was able to give them some cash. So I didn't have enough cash to pay cash, so I ended up just putting it on my debit card, and I ended up spending, let's see, I don't see my card on there. Hold on. I'm trying to protect my identity. I spent $73.93 on these items. And the only reason I bought the waters is because they were on special today for $4. And like the gluten-free pie shell, most places these things are almost $8 or more, and they had this on sale for I think it was $5.40. Was it $5.49? $5.99? $5.99. And I love to do quiche in these, and so I know I have quiche on my menu coming up later in the month, so I'm going to stick those back in the freezer. But I'm happy with my purchases. I still have a little left over. Oh, and I ended up they had recalled some cheese I bought, I guess the last time I was there, and I took it back, and so I actually have a gift card for next time I go for it has like $4 on it. So that was pretty good. So I'm happy with my $73.93. There were some splurges in this, but it leaves me a little bit of money if I forgot something, one ingredient, something like that, that I have to go run and get during the week to finish a meal. I think I'm good. I think I'm set. I think we're ready for lunches. I got to get cooking. I have stir fry to make. So this is Saturday night. I've already got 3 meals done. This is tonight's dinner. This is my chicken stir fry that I replaced for my pizza dinner. I got a big pack of ground turkey that I had that I needed to use, so I went ahead and I used a pound for our turkey tacos we'll have on Tuesday, and I made chili for my potluck for church tomorrow, and it's just heating through. And I used the other part of the turkey. I always do turkey chili, and so that's just turkey, lean ground turkey meat in there. So 3 dinners done on Saturday night, and I stayed within my budget. So I guess I'll see you Monday night with what's for dinner. Monday night dinner's done. We have our pork tenderloin. I do have some sausages for my one son. He doesn't like pork, and so he's got chicken sausages, cooked cabbage, oven potatoes, roasted corn, and turnips. And that's what's for dinner. Alright, Tuesday of the October Pantry Challenge. This is dinner. I'm getting my roasted tomatillo salsa in the oven. I wish you could smell my house right now. It smells incredible. So it's Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, turkey tacos, refried beans. That was from Pantry. Shells from the pantry. From the garden, my homemade roasted tomatillo sauce, and dinner's done. It's Thursday night of the October Pantry Challenge, and I have cut up, these were some chicken thighs I had that I had roasted in the oven, and so this is for my chicken pot pie. I just cut this up. I am sauteing in butter right now. It's about 6 tablespoons of butter. Some carrots and onions and a little bit of celery. I think it was 3 cloves of garlic, some parsley, and then I used some Tuscan herbs, a little bit of salt and pepper, and I am fixing to add 2/3 of some all-purpose einkorn, some chicken broth, and some heavy cream. But I'm going to start for a couple minutes to make a roux with the flour. And I've got all this together. I actually added some mushrooms. It called for fresh mushrooms, and I didn't have any. And I wasn't going to go to the store just to buy some mushrooms when I had some on the pantry shelf, and so I used those instead. I think the issue I'm having with this is it doesn't look, it looks more like soup, not thick. So I don't know if I didn't put in enough flour. I just added a little cornstarch, so I'm hoping that's going to thicken it up. And not only that, this made a boatload, and it's supposed to be for 1 pie. And I don't have a pie pan this big. Okay, so I think the cornstarch did the trick. I put about 2 teaspoons in, and it's really thick. It's a nice consistency now. But it's still a lot more than 1 pie if I were going to do the double crust. So what I'm going to do is I have a couple of pie dishes here, and I'm going to put this in the bottom, and I'm just going to roll out my pie crust and put on the top and put some slits in to vent. I'll show you what it looks like when I get that in there, and just cook it. Alright guys, so this is what, I don't know how this was ever supposed to fit in 1 pie. So, and I'm okay if it doesn't have a bottom crust, because I figure it's probably going to get soggy anyway. This stuff, you could eat it just like this. It's delicious, and I don't even know how I screwed it up to get this much pie filling. It's been a rough day. But what I've got is some egg wash, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on I saw Ina Gardner do this on her cooking show, and so I figured she had it in smaller ones. They were more, I think, like individual pot pies, but I think the premise will work. And so I'm just putting this because this is supposed to be kind of like a glue that will hold down the pie crust, or that's the thought. And like I said, I think it'll go better on this one. I probably need to find another pie dish like this one because it has the lip on it all the way around, not just part of the way around. But this is all I have that are pie pans, so we're making it work. And so I will, when I get the crust on, I'll show you what they look like. Almost done. Well, I never said I was a pastry chef, but this was the best I could do. They may not look great, but I bet they'll taste great. So I'm gonna get these in the oven, and I'll get a picture of what they look like when they come out. Well, one looks overbaked and the other, I don't know, maybe a little underbaked. I just don't even know. But they've been cooking an hour, and I did tint them. Doesn't look like it. I moved them around on the shelves and everything, but it's what's for dinner, y'all. Hi guys, Brandy here at Sewing Back. This is Friday. It's Friday, October 7th. And we just got through the first week of the Pantry Challenge. I am proofing pizza dough for dinner. We're going to have pizza for dinner tonight. It's been a rough week for us. Our Mr. Kitty got sick earlier in the week, and we had a few vet visits and thought we were on the right track, and he seemed to be rallying, doing much better Wednesday evening. So we were hopeful that we had caught, whatever, and it was good. And the only downside I had on Wednesday evening is when I went to bed, his ears were kind of cold, and I don't know, I kind of thought that was unusual. And so I prayed that night. I just prayed that God would give us clarity, especially before the weekend, because since COVID, a lot of the emergency veterinarians are no longer in business, and so it's harder to get in if you have a pet emergency on the weekends. And I just didn't want him to suffer. If he was suffering, I wanted it to be very evident so we could, do what was necessary to keep him comfortable. And and so yesterday mid-morning, he started crying out, and he was pretty lifeless in a lot of ways, and he was struggling to breathe. And so I called my vet. Of course, they had already seen him, earlier in the week. And I told him he was dying and I needed to bring him in. I didn't want him to suffer. And they said, come right now. And so I did, and they had a room waiting for me when I got there. And gave him something to keep him comfortable. And then I got to spend a little bit of time with him. But even that, it was so hard for him to breathe that it was just time. So, you will notice in my pot pie video that I was trying to make, I don't know what I did yesterday. I can't give you a recipe because I think I had ingredients, and I think I just threw stuff in there, and I clearly made too much because there's no way that could fit in one pie. So I did it a little different. You'll see it kind of in the video. It did taste good. It tasted really good. And it was very rich. So I can't imagine that, I don't know that you would want a pie crust on the bottom, to be quite honest. But I also don't know really what I did, so I can't really necessarily give you a recipe.
maybe next month I can work on that again when I'm a little clearer headed. And so I'm sorry if my mood in the video is kind of dark or whatever. It's just been hard. So, but anyway, for Friday night tonight, like I said, we're having pizza. I have some dough proofing. I already have a video on how I make my sourdough pizza, and I'll link it up I'll put it in the description. I'll also put it up in a card. And I plan to go shopping tomorrow for week 2. My Azure haul got postponed because of the hurricane, so I think I know they sent me an email this morning. I hadn't had a chance to read it. I think it's going to come next week, midweek. And so, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the stuff I had in there, is not available now. And so, which, that's part of the Azure thing. Other things were, and I think my cheese is coming finally after all these months. I'm excited about that. So, but I will be doing a grocery haul because there were a few things that were on that Azure haul I needed for some meals that I had planned that I'm pretty sure those are not coming. And so I'll have to make arrangements to get some of those items on my shopping list. I did stay in budget. I actually was under budget last week. And that was great, especially with the turn of events that happened, because I spent a lot at the vet this week, and which is fine. I mean, that's just part of, if you have animals, that's just part of it, And so, but I'm still planning to stay with my $100 for this upcoming week. And I'll video that, and that'll be in next week's update. And hopefully next week will be a little more cheery. I'm sorry, I'm a Debbie Downer. Like I said, just been a tough week. So anyway, I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're making it in the pantry challenge. If you've had any failures, struggles, successes, please leave them in the comments below. I did want to say one of the things I did try this week, early in the week, because things were going great early in the week. I had some corn, some of those little corn street taco tortilla things, and I took my tomatillo sauce that I made, the roasted one that I put up, I think it was on Wednesday, that I made. I put some of that inside of it, and then I fried an egg, and I put just a little bit of like taco cheese on it with some fresh salsa. That was so good. My friend Beth had put down in the comments, burritos was a great thing when you're trying to eat out of the pantry. So I did, it was kind of a take on a breakfast burrito kind of thing. That was delicious. That tomatillo sauce, I guess you could say it's a salsa, but it really looks more like a sauce, probably because maybe I pureed it too much. But it's so good. It's just good. And I honestly think if I had found a way to thin it a little bit more, I could have used that like an enchilada sauce or something. I think it's a little thick for an enchilada sauce. So I don't know how I could thin it and not lose the flavor. I don't know. And I hadn't had a chance to really think about it with everything else going on. So maybe I still have some, so maybe I'll figure that part out. But honestly, it was good on chips. It was good on whatever you wanted to put it on. So if you have some tomatillos or you have access to some, you might want to make some of that stuff, because it really did change our taco night for sure. But anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. For those of you who said you're trying to save money, you're taking the pantry challenge, I just want you to know I have prayed for you this week. Particularly early on in the week, this second half of the week, like I said, it's just been kind of a blur. But I am praying and hoping that you're doing well and that the challenge is helping you out. Don't get discouraged. If you failed one day or whatever, get back on. It's a new week coming up, and go for it. Go, the next 7 days. If that's all you can try to do is the next 7 days, we'll do the next 7 days. Nothing wrong with that. Anyway, have a great one, and I'll see you next time.